On paper, higher oil prices have put Alberta in a better than expected financial position, but even with the $2.6 billion surplus, the UCP says money will not be flowing back into the pockets of Albertans.
After adjustments and calculations, we forecast we will be left with no surplus cash at the end of 24-25 and are in fact forecasting to take on additional borrowing.
In his first quarter financial update, Alberta's finance minister says they are working to pay down debt while also managing Alberta's exploding population. Helping to support communities affected by wildfire is also a priority. Already this year, $573 million has been spent on disaster and emergency management in the province. $550 million of that went to actually fighting wildfires, $10 million went to matching Red Cross donations, and $13 million went to emergency evacuation payments. This money is coming out of $2 billion set aside in a contingency fund. Now, if you find this fiscal math a bit confusing, you'd be forgiven.
While our surplus may be higher than we estimated a budget, that is an accounting surplus. What's the difference between that and a cash surplus? Well, there are streams of government revenue that aren't accessible for operational spending.
Alberta's population is seeing an explosion with people coming from elsewhere. At the end of 2023, Alberta's population was 4.76 million people. By the end of 2024, Alberta will just be shy of 5 million people. It's the largest year-over-year increase Alberta's population has seen since 1981. And that's putting great strain on the province's infrastructure and public services, especially adding renewed focus to critical areas like housing, food costs, and utilities to help Albertans manage rising costs. But critics aren't convinced that the government can deliver.
That's the problem. I think it's a very reasonable question for the people of Alberta to be asking, where's all this money going? Because it's not showing up in the classrooms, it's not showing up in the hospitals. People don't have family doctors, so what am I getting for all this?
So, could the surplus mean that Albertans will finally see that tax cut promised in the 2023 election? The government says there's still no plan. Lindsay, CBC News, Edmonton.